The well-armed event is up next in Pokemon GO, bringing about some pretty cool debuts. However, there is a massive update that just went live yesterday in Pokemon GO. So this video is going to kind of be a 2-on-1, explaining this brand new update feature, as well as the well-armed event and everything you really need to know. Let's get straight into the details. We're going to kick off with this new featured update, which is going to be called Remote Trading, as well as a new friendship bonus level. But what is a remote trade? What this feature is going to allow us to do is to trade a Pokemon from anywhere to another trainer across the globe, which is a massive update. But how do we do this? This is going to be the introduction of a new friendship level, which is going to be called Forever Friends. How friendship levels work in Pokemon GO is that at Good Friend, you only need 1 interaction. At Great Friend, you need a total of 7. At Ultra Friend, you need 30, and to get to Best Friend, you're gonna need 90. But to get to Forever Friends, you pretty much need to get an additional 90 points or interactions, however you want to say it, to get to that Forever Friends level. How you know if you've reached the 90 points is that there will be a bar once you reach Best Friends, which is going to show you, and you pretty much charge up that bar to get to 90 points. How you get friendship points, for example, is that you can either raid together, battle, send gifts, do some trades. But if you want to get more points with certain friends, the weekly challenges will be able to boost this. So if you actually complete a weekly challenge, you'll be able to get an additional 7 points, which is huge. So you're going to get pretty much a total of 8 if you do everything correctly. Once you reach the 90 points, you're actually going to get an XP boost of 150,000 XP, which is incredible, as well as the main reward, which is going to be able to allow us to do a remote trade. But how are these remote trades even going to work? Once trainers reach 90 points, effectively, they're going to be able to make a tag, which is pretty much going to be a remote raid tag. To kick off a remote trade, each trainer is going to take turns selecting up to 3 of their friends' tagged Pokemon that they would wish to be happy to receive. These wish lists are then sent to each trainer. Each trainer then selects one of the requested Pokemon to offer one another. Both trainers can review the final offerings, and once they have confirmed, the trade will then process. However, there are a few rules to this. The following Pokemon will not be able to be traded in a remote trade: Pokemon that are caught within the last 30 days, which is a little bit of a weird one for me, but previously traded Pokemon won't be able to be traded, Shadow Pokemon, Mythical Pokemon, Pokemon defending gyms or power spots, Pokemon currently set as your buddy, actively Mega Evolved Pokemon, Fused Pokemon, Crown Sword Zacian, Crown Shield Zamazenta, as well as Pokemon placed at playgrounds. The friends list limit will be increased from 450 to 650, and that's going to be released in increments of 50 over the next few weeks, and there will be a free timed research available, which is going to reward us with some XP, some Stardust, as well as a Scatterbug encounter. That is a massive update to this game, and the thing that I really like is that it's going to be rewarding players that have gathered a whole best friends list for the last 3 to 5 years, which I think is absolutely incredible, guys. So please take advantage of this as soon as it starts going live. But let's get straight into that well-armed event. Let's get dates out of the way. It's going to be taking place this Thursday, December 11th at 10 a.m. all the way until Tuesday, December 16th at 8 p.m. local time. Do not forget, the 11th is Mikey's birthday. So if you're not subscribed, that is going to be the best way for you to give me a present if you like, or smash that like button, whatever you would prefer. Also, if you don't mind, please give me a follow on Instagram. This is actually one little platform I'm really trying to grow right now. Please, if you don't mind, it'll take you guys 10 seconds. I will leave the name on screen right now. That'll be a great way for you to wish me a happy birthday. But let's get straight back to the details, guys. The bonuses is that it's going to be 2 times catch candy for catching Pokemon, as well as the debut of Dynamax Hitmonlee and Dynamax Hitmonchan coming to the game, and there will be an increased chance to encounter them shiny coming from these D-Max raids. There will be a global collection challenge where trainers are going to have to defeat max battles. Once we've unlocked that, Clobbopus will be making its Pokemon GO debut. Of course, you can evolve Clobbopus into Graplocked using 50 candy. Graplocked is a pure fighting type Pokemon. Its base stats are that its max CP is 3012, which is solid, an attack of 209, which is slightly above average, but a defense of 162 and a stamina of 190. The fast attacks it has access to is going to be Rock Smash and Waterfall. The charge moves will be Ice Punch, Brick Break, Surf, and Superpower. And looking at these base stats, and we can see immediately from that attack value that unfortunately this Pokemon isn't going to be the best raid attacker. It's definitely going to be better in PvP, for example. It's probably specifically in the Great League and the Ultra League. Also, once that global challenge is unlocked, we will be able to encounter Mienfoo in the wild. Please remember that Mienfoo is actually one of the rarest shinies in Pokemon GO right now, and there actually is a spotlight hour right at the end of this event next week, Tuesday from 6 to 7 p.m. local time. That'll give you a really good opportunity to go get that Mienfoo. And the other bonus that's going to be unlocked is that we're going to get increased candy as well as XL candy coming from max battles, which is actually going to stack with Gmax Snorlax Day. We've got 2 bonuses there, which of course is going to be that more candy and XL candy coming from those raids. In terms of wild encounters, we can encounter Poliwag, Machop, Makuhita, as well as more other fighting types, including Octillery. Octillery is a permanently boosted Stardust Pokemon because it is a first stage evolution evolving from Remoraid. Octillery is going to earn you 300 Stardust per catch, and please use a Star Piece if you are seeing a lot of them in the wild so you can really boost your Stardust gains. In field research, we can complete tasks to earn fast TMs, charge TMs, as well as encounters with Dynamax Hitmonlee as well as Dynamax Hitmonchan. I'm going to stop it right here just to discuss these 2 Pokemon. Let's bring these up because as we speak, it's very important to mention that coming from field research as well as raids, the 100% IVs are going to be as follows. We're going to leave the 100% IV for Hitmonchan on the screen right now, and we're also going to do the same for Hitmonlee, so you can remember, and please remember to take a screenshot. But how good are these Pokemon even going to be? Well, if we kick off with Hitmonchan as a D-Max Pokemon, unfortunately, if we just bring up those base stats, you can see that its attack value is just far too low. I don't even think anything is even in the 200s, which is actually really disappointing. I thought this Pokemon might be a little bit better. In fact, in the entirety of Pokemon Go, I thought Hitmonchan would have a little bit more play here and there, but it's just not going to be great. However, on Hitmonlee's side of things are going to be a little bit different. If you do not have access to a Gmax Machamp, a D-Max Machamp, or even a D-Max Alakazam, this is probably going to be one of your next best fighting options as a D-Max attacker, especially if you are a new player. I'm not saying this is going to be your best D-Max option. Like I've said, the others that I've just mentioned will definitely serve you best, but if you're just starting out, or if you're more of an advanced player and you're just trying to get a collection limit for your Pokédex entries, make sure to go after these Pokemon because the shinies are boosted too. The other great thing about Hitmonlee is that it does have the fast move, which is going to be a half a second fast move, low kick. This is going to really make a big difference when charging that Dynamax meter. 2 big tips I want to mention here is going to be massive candy gains. Because of that 2x catch candy bonus, guys, please remember to Mega Evolve fighting type Mega Pokemon that's specifically at Mega level 3. You could use something like a Mega Blaziken, Mega Heracross, or any of the other Mega fighting types. You need to have this at Mega level 3 because the candy as well as XL candy boosts are really going to stack with that bonus beautifully, so you can get more than enough candy for anything you might need. Then I just want to talk about XP gains again because, guys, as we know, Gmax Snorlax is coming this weekend. We have huge candy gains potential, but guys, the XP for these D-Max Pokemon, but specifically these Gmax Pokemon, are astronomical with lucky eggs, with star pieces. If you even use the 200 Pokecoin boost bonus, guys, we're talking 200,000 XP per raid, and we're talking 50 to 75,000 Stardust per raid. Guys, these are just rewards that are off the chain completely. We know that Gmax Snorlax isn't going to be your best attacker because it is a normal type, but it actually is a really good tank and healer. It's not as good as something like Blissey, for example. If you're trying to get to level 80, this is another great opportunity to push for that. If you guys want to know everything going on this week in Pokemon Go, we will leave it as the end screen, and we do release these videos every Saturday or Sunday, so as soon as the next one goes live, we will replace the end screen for the next week's episode. Guys, love you guys. Again, do not forget Mikey's birthday. Smash that like and subscribe button, and please remember to drop that follow on Instagram. I'd really appreciate it. Love you. Go with us, and we'll catch you on the next one, baby. Shh. For those that don't like it, shh.